Well, beer, I like beer. I drank it every day of the year. I drank it any time that you're on my mind. I like beer. I keep a case there in the cooler. I got a tall boy in my boot.
Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56 and my good friend and cameraman John, and this is beer review number 105. Today we're going to be reviewing a rather interesting beer. This is by a company I never heard of. It's Edmund's Oast Brewing. It's a local South Carolina beer because it's on King Street in Charleston. But I just never heard of them before I ran across this one. This one is, it says, our series of fruited American sour ales come from a love of fresh fruit flavors combined with mouth-watering acidity. We take the same golden sour base beer and re-ferment it with different fruit combinations. Concord grapes provide a depth and complexity all their own, like the finest jar of preserves from a well-stocked cupboard. Explosive fruit notes erupt from the glass, and one is left with a quenched thirst, yet thirsty for more. Yeah, we'll see. It says that the malts are two-row pale, acidulated, and carapils. Flavor hops are none, and the yeast is English plus lactobacillus. Other ingredients: Concord grape puree. The ABV is 6.5%. So this should be interesting. I know that John has already shown you the label, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this thing. Okay. And let's see what we got. Wow.
Wow, nice grape color.
Yeah, no kidding. That's an interesting color. Wow. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. Okay. There you go. This is about 2 fingers of a slightly off-white tight head. And as you can see, this is a very purplish red color. It's the color of grapes, grape juice basically. So that's a very nice color. So I got to give it a point for that. Come on down, John.
All right. Looks like a red wine with a head on
it does. And I smell grape.
You do. I wonder why. It does.
I don't smell much anything else, but I smell grape.
Yeah, the head wants to hang on there.
Yeah, it is like an unsweetened grape juice is what it smells like. Let's try it.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Sour grapes.
It tastes like a red wine almost.
Yeah,
it's
a dry one.
Or just a grape juice. Unsweetened grape juice.
It's different.
It's not really sweet, but it's not too sour.
It's a little tarty.
A little tart, but not as much as I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, with a name like sour grape, yeah, I expected it to be much tartar, much more sour than it is. But it's very mild. I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
I'm more than surprised. Yeah, my vote will show that.
I don't know if it has any hops in it. It only it only talked about flavor hops.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything about bittering hops. It certainly isn't bitter.
No.
It's sour, but it's not bitter. It's tart, but it's not bitter. I don't know what acidity they're talking about because I don't taste any acidity at
I
all.
don't either.
No booziness. Just the tiniest bit of sweetness to offset the sour. This is a pleasant surprise. It's not at all what I expected. You know, for two reasons. One, we've done a lot of fruit beers, and almost none of them have lived up to their hype, to their name.
Yeah, this one has.
Almost none of them. And I think the one or two other sour beers we've had were sour, and neither one of us cared much for it. This one, I can definitely give one of these.
I'm gonna have to do one of these.
Yeah?
It's too sour for me.
Wow.
It is.
I'm surprised. I really am.
It's the first.
I didn't find it to be that sour.
I did the first bite, and that's why I stopped. It's basically just too sour for me. It is a little tart, but it's not one of mine. It happens.
I know. I'm just surprised.
Yeah. I know you thought I'd be loving it too, but I can't do this one.
Okay. Well, you know, that's why we have two people doing the reviews, because you get two different opinions. And all right. Well, that was interesting.
I'm sorry about that.
That was interesting. Well, you know, I won't dock your pay this time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, anyway, that was a quick one. This was beer number 105. We'll be doing more beer reviews shortly. Until then,
Cheers.
I'm going to have a little bit more. Okay.